3 seconds after billionaire Elias Monroe walked into Chicago's most exclusive rooftop restaurant, a young waitress accidentally spilled an entire glass of red wine across his custom-tailored suit. The restaurant fell completely silent. Everyone knew who Elias Monroe was. The billionaire who owned half the city. The man whose face appeared on magazine covers, financial headlines, and international television interviews. But there was something else people knew about him. 17 years ago, his 7-year-old daughter vanished without a trace. No ransom note. No witnesses. No body. No answers. And as the young waitress leaned closer to apologize, she whispered 6 words that made Elias Monroe stop breathing. "Storms always pass before morning comes." The exact words his missing daughter used to whisper to him every single night before bed. And in that moment, Elias realized this was no ordinary accident. Before this mystery unfolds, subscribe to Velvet Veil, turn on notifications, and comment below. What would you do if a complete stranger knew your deepest family secret? Because tonight's story only gets darker from here. To the world, Elias Monroe looked like a man who had everything. Luxury penthouses. Private jets. Award-winning skyscrapers. A billion-dollar empire built from scratch. But every night, behind the polished image and the expensive suits, he carried the same silent pain. The memory of his daughter, Isla. She had been 7 years old. Bright. Curious. Always asking questions. And every time thunder rolled outside their family estate, she would crawl into his lap, smile, and softly say, "Storms always pass before morning comes." Then one cold October night, she disappeared. The security cameras mysteriously failed. The estate gates never opened. No one saw her leave. The police searched for years. Nothing was ever found. Elias never recovered. 17 years later, he still replayed that night in his mind. Every detail. Every sound. Every unanswered question. That evening, Elias had only come to Maison Celeste to close a business deal. He sat alone near the glass edge of the rooftop restaurant, overlooking the Chicago skyline. A violin played softly in the background. The city glittered below like scattered diamonds. Then everything changed. A young waitress carrying a tray of wine glasses lost her footing. The tray slipped. Glass shattered. Red wine splashed across Elias's dark suit. Gasps echoed through the restaurant. The manager rushed forward immediately. "Mr. Monroe, I'm terribly sorry." But the waitress stepped in first. She grabbed a cloth napkin and leaned closer. And then she said it. "Storms always pass before morning comes." Elias froze. The phrase hit him like lightning. His hands tightened around the edge of the table. No one knew those words. No one. The young woman looked startled by his reaction. "I'm so sorry," she said nervously. "Guess I just baptized a billionaire." Under any other circumstance, the joke would have irritated him. But instead, something strange happened. For the first time in years, Elias almost smiled. The waitress introduced herself. Her name was Nora Hayes. 24 years old. Quick-witted. Confident. And surprisingly calm for someone who had just humiliated herself in front of one of the most powerful men in America. Yet there was something else. Something deeply unsettling. She felt familiar. It wasn't just her voice. It was the way she tilted her head when nervous. The way her eyebrows lifted when she smiled. the way her eyes held both warmth and caution at the same time. It reminded him of Isla. If this mystery has already captured your attention, like this video and tell us below. Coincidence or destiny? As Nora turned to leave, something slipped from beneath the collar of her uniform. A silver pendant. Oval-shaped. Delicate. Instantly recognizable. Elias felt his chest tighten. He knew that necklace. He had commissioned it himself 17 years earlier as a birthday gift for Isla. His voice shook. "Nora, where did you get that necklace?" Her fingers instinctively touched it. Her smile faded. "It belonged to my mother." Elias stared at her. "She passed away when I was little." A cold wave moved through him. He gestured toward the empty chair across from him. "Sit down." She hesitated. Then slowly sat. For the next several minutes, Elias asked careful questions. Nora explained she had grown up in foster care. She had no birth records. No real family history. No clear memories before the age of 7. Only fragments. Rain against windows. A massive house. A woman crying. And someone shouting her name. She had always assumed they were dreams. But as she spoke, Elias felt his heartbeat pounding harder. Every detail matched the night Isla disappeared. Across the restaurant, hidden in the dim corner near the bar, another man watched silently. Victor Kane. Elias Monroe's oldest business partner. The only other person present at Monroe Estate the night Isla vanished. His expression darkened. Without looking away, he unlocked his phone and typed a single message. "She remembers." Then he sent it. Back at the table, Elias reached into his jacket and handed Nora a black business card. "Come to Monroe Estate tomorrow morning." She frowned. "Why?" His voice was barely steady. "Because I believe your life may have started with a lie." Nora stared at him. Everything about this felt impossible. Absurd. Yet something in his eyes told her he was speaking the truth. Slowly, she nodded. That night, back inside her small apartment, Nora sat alone staring at the necklace. For years, she had treated it as nothing more than a keepsake. But something about tonight felt different. Carefully, she examined its edges. Then she noticed something she had never seen before. A tiny hidden latch. Her fingers trembled as she pressed it open. Inside was a tightly folded piece of paper. Yellowed with age. Her breathing stopped as she unfolded it. 6 handwritten words stared back at her. "Trust no one named Victor Kane." A cold chill crept through her body. Then suddenly, 3 slow knocks echoed through her apartment. Knock. 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 Her blood turned cold. Then a familiar male voice whispered through the door. "Nora, don't go to Monroe Estate tomorrow." Her entire body froze. Because she recognized that voice. It belonged to the man who adopted her as a child. The man she buried 10 years ago. Her breathing stopped. The note slipped from her fingers. And as the doorknob slowly began to turn. Next time on Velvet Veil, some secrets refuse to stay buried. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe to Velvet Veil and turn on notifications so you never miss the next chapter, because some secrets are only beginning to unfold.